Now, if we want to describe what world peace looks like, where everybody is experiencing their version of peace, um, one thing that I can tell is that every single person on this planet has, let's say, the DNA of Satan and the DNA of God. You just have to know how to tap into which one is which. Basically, I mean, if we're looking for somebody else to solve, if I was looking for the world to solve my problem, it won't happen. I have to be the solution to my problem. I am the creator of everything that I experience. And what I create affects everybody else. So everybody else that's experiencing a problem is the creator of their problem. And while they're creating their problem, that also is affecting everybody else. So um, if everybody on the planet was totally focused on, okay, I am the solution to my problem, and everybody works on themselves, then instantly we've got everybody working on world peace. We've got everybody at work doing the right thing. And I don't have to worry about what you're doing, and you don't have to worry about what I'm doing. As long as you know I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing, then everything works out. Um, to build, even a house, it's so much better when there's a team working at it. So just like me writing this book, there's a reason why I suck at writing, because somebody else's full potential means they write a book. So while this friend looks like they're helping me, it's actually, no, I'm living my purpose by giving my story, but they are living their purpose by writing a book. They're the ones that offered. They are, in fact, helping me, but they had to find themselves. This friend of mine had to find his self in order to find the connection of how do we help each other. So it does work two ways, that be the solution of who you are, and you'll find a connection. You're perfectly aligned to create hell. You cannot create hell without the work and connection with everybody on this planet. Everybody has to be in agreement to create hell. That's where, if you look at any of these people that are studying, these elites, and they're creating hell, and they worship Satan, um, they can't violate the law of free will. So that's why they have to let you know what they're doing ahead of time. That's why, that movie, The Knowing, lets you know there's going to be Gulf oil, so that you will all react and play the part exactly like they want you to play. Then Japan, they had to put it out there so you'll know that they're doing it. And you are playing that role with them by giving them power, by letting HARP even be there. Like, they're only a small group of people. You are connected with everybody that's sustaining them. They have guards, they have secretaries, all of the people that are doing the work for them. Some of those little people are their friends, their family, but they're earning their living. They need to make a buck. They're going for that dollar. So it's like, if we got our families together and say, hey, not really approving of the kind of way you're earning your living, you're kind of destroying the planet by working for that guy. You're kind of destroying the planet by investing in that company. Playing the game in so many different ways. We support them, but there's only a few. And it is definitely a non-compliance thing, that, and instead of going in their direction, take your direction. That is where they lose all power. Is right now we're sort of like under their thumb. We're under their mesmerized spell. We're under their belief systems. We've gone to their schools. We're holding all of their beliefs that make us all successful. But if we found a different way of being successful, like, oh, happiness, you actually have to love your life. If you're in heaven, that's one of the requirements, is you got to enjoy it. Right now, hell on earth, we all have a death wish. We all kind of want to die. You may say you want to live, but everything you're doing is killing yourself. There's a cause to every friggin' illness. There's a cause to every accident. And while you want to live, you're actually earning your living or consuming something, playing the role that ends up killing you. And you just can't see it because you're fractal. You're dealing with small pieces of the puzzle and not knowing the whole piece of the puzzle. So it is like we are going to collapse into our oneness, and we'll all be of one mind. And once we become one mind, we change the whole game, and the whole game changes really, really fast. So our lifespan would definitely increase. And that's one thing that I really, really want somebody to reflect on is, what age do you find acceptable for you to die? Can you find it that you would want to live 800 years? Is that offensive to you? No, I don't want to live in this world for 800 years. Well, why? Why wouldn't you want to live in that world for 800 years? Then go through, those are your requirements. Well, what would it take for you to want to live 800 years? Actually, it's eternal life. It's a really, really wild pill, but you can never die this way. If we didn't have these earthquakes that are created, these volcanoes that are created by our lifestyle, what we do to the planet, weather changes, everything is how we live. You chop down the rainforest, you change the weather patterns. So we have to decide how we want to live. And how we want to live, like, do you want to have a sunny day? So we may all create sunny days for everybody, but wouldn't we fry ourselves if every day was sunny everywhere? No, you got to have some rainy days to grow some of the food you want. So you have to love a rainy day. You have to see the reason why it rains some days. We just have to gain some information of, okay, this may not be the perfect day, but we kind of need it. We kind of need windy days so that the plants get pollened. Although some of us hate windy days. Find the reason and the purpose for everything. We do need to gain so much information about so much stuff to be able to make a planet function. And it's not like you have to go to university. You just have to find your full potential self and trust that if every single one of us were in our own individual full potential self, we would be all under, that God-like potential. Right now, we're living out the Satan potential, the Satan DNA, the belief. Everything we believe is evil. While we think we're really, really smart and brilliant, the golden rule is if you're dying, if you have any health problem, that is a sign you're not living your full potential. That's why we have a healthcare problem. You will never, ever, ever come up with a healthcare problem that's good for everybody. Why? Because you cannot keep up on the problems. It's not cost effective. For all of the ways that we're dealing with life, and life is killing us, it's like all the ways we earn our living is actually killing ourselves. But we want to somehow design a plan that gives a healthcare program. Like, there is no money. All the money's going into the profit of killing you. There's no money left to be able to save you. So the types of health care are totally wrong. Mostly because it's like, okay, you've got a product that you want to make a lot of money off of. The product itself is evil, so you got to know what kind of products are healthy and good for the planet and good, healthy ways of living. Like Monsanto's, that's probably a really bad idea. And so that product is not even a product worth owning or producing because it's going to destroy the planet. But see, the product itself, we have to understand whether it's good for human life. Then Okay, so you have a product and then you have a factory where you make it. That factory is creating pollution. The pollution is doing harm to the planet. So, and in that factory, not only is it producing the poison, but you actually go in and work there. So you're working at something that earns your living, and yet it's killing you. So if you actually went in to get health care, good health care would say, stop what you're doing, because what you're doing is killing yourself. But what we want to do, good health care right now is, no, I want to go in and do everything that will kill me, but give me a pill so I don't die. And that's the type of healthcare system that we want. And it's totally backwards. It's every illness has a cause. You want perfect health care. Cure the causes and you'll cure the health problems. Everything is reversible. Now, getting to my eyesight, and why would I lose all of my eyesight? Because if I had perfect vision, I'd be able to see things really clearly. As it turns out, I'm not such a good housewife. I don't clean that well. Why? Because I can't see things. I can't see things as clearly as everybody else. If I wipe a table down, I can't see whether the table is actually clean because of my eyesight, even with glasses. Right now, my eyes may be red and you see really thick glasses, but I cannot see even with the glasses that I wear and with the contacts that I wear. They just improve my vision so I can somewhat function, but frankly, I need a better appointment and better eyewear that is way too expensive for me to afford right now. So I'm basically living right now where I can't really see dick, with or without contacts or glasses. So technically, if I wipe a table, I can't see if it's clean. The only way I know if a table's clean is because I put my hands on it to feel if it's clean. So what that ended up doing is it made me see a bigger global picture. It made me see the bigness of everything because I can't see the smallness of anything. I can't be in that tunnel vision. I'm in that bigness. You know, I see people that want to have the perfectly clean house, and it's like, I don't get sick. I don't get colds. I don't get flus. You know, hell, I could probably be eating something that's got mold on it and never know it, and I ain't getting sick. And, you know, but it's because my immune system is getting introduced to a lot of things that are in my environment, so I'm used to a lot of things, so I can't get sick. But people that have perfectly clean houses, they're making sure their immune system isn't immune to anything. They have to, in order for them to be healthy, they have to live in a completely sterile environment. You know, most of the things in your body aren't even human. I mean, you have so many unhuman organisms living in your body that you happen to need to make you healthy, and yet our, you know, corporate structure, our medical system is saying you have to have everything sterile or you're going to die. Wash your hands or you're going to die. And it's like, you know what? They didn't die back in caveman days. Their hands were filthy, and they didn't get sick. You know, these illnesses, these flus, they're all created by evil. And evil is not necessarily evil. Evil is a lack of knowing that you're creating the disease. But you cannot get everybody at a table and have a conversation. The only thing you can do is everybody has to have information of how to unfold their own personal full potential self. How do you find out who you are? How do you have that connection with God? One other thing that happened to me, and I'm going to end this with one more take.